This is called the whole self flow, and this is a nice flow for the koshas, the human dimensions that we have of the body. And I am going to recommend that you have a block for your practice. So if you have a block, fantastic. If you don't, a stack of books works. Or I mentioned on one of my beginner classes last week that I used to use like a couple of cans of like soup. They aren't very stable, so I don't highly recommend that one, but stack of books or a block if you have one. So let's go ahead and get started, my friends. So come into a space where you can feel comfortable. So maybe it's a cross-legged seat, maybe it's kneeling, or what I like to call chillin' pose with the arms resting on the knees. So what feels best for you? And then as you make your way in, I invite you to place your hands on your body. So maybe both hands on your heart, or one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. If it feels comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. And start to invite yourself into the space of presence, into this all levels flow, the whole self. So as we begin our practice together, let's take a few moments to feel in to every part of our being. So just notice, how do you feel today? Notice how your physical body feels. If there are any sensations or tingling or energetic pulses. Notice if there's any movement or stillness that you can detect. Notice how your breath feels in this moment. Pay attention to your thoughts. Notice any emotions that are present. Or if any intuitive whispers happen to be present here today. And notice if you can feel even a very slight sense of your peace or contentment. These are all part of the layers of our being. These threads that are woven together to make up our humanness. It all belongs. And sometimes when we pay attention to so many things at once, it might feel a bit overwhelming. How am I supposed to pay attention to my body, my breath, my mind, my intuition, everything together? But you don't have to force yourself to pay attention to every single thing. Can you just be with what is arising the most right now? The thing that is asking for your attention the most. And maybe that's the layer of your being that is asking you to be most present today. The layers of our being are called the koshas, according to Vedantic yoga philosophy. And we can see them as our human dimensions. We will dive deeper into each of these koshas individually through my series Holistic Embodiment, which launches on Interdimension TV tomorrow. And today we have the opportunity to get a taste of what it's like to practice with all of the layers of our being and pay attention to the whole self. Not just the physical or not just the mind, but starting to allow ourselves to weave in all of the dimensions in the space of our practice of yoga, our practice of union with ourself. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently relax your hands down to your lap or your leg somewhere so that your palms are touching your body still. And we'll bring our awareness to the most dense layer of our body, maybe the most obvious layer, which is the physical layer. It's called Annamaya Kosha, our physical body. So as we start to come into our physical body, we'll start with some gentle movement to become embodied in this physical house of the self. So take your attention down to your hips and your pelvis and begin to tilt forward and back. Gentle pelvic tilts, bringing your attention down to the base of your spine. And maybe even noticing when you move the pelvis, how does that affect the rest of your body? It's probably not just the pelvis that's moving. Maybe the whole torso is starting to get involved. So take a few more pelvic tilts with your awareness on the physical. And come back into a space of a neutral pelvis, so it's not tipping forward or starting to round forward or scoop under, but in a space of neutrality. And with your hands down on your legs, start to make ribcage circles in one direction. So big circles, allowing the center of the body to be what is creating this movement. Let the ribcage lead the way. Notice what this feels like in the physical body. And start to circle in the opposite direction. And notice, what is your body saying? Maybe one direction feels more comfortable than the other direction. Maybe they both feel equal, or maybe the mind is taken over and we're like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be paying attention to my body. What's there? Gently start to make your way back into a neutral spine. Lift up through the crown of your head and take your awareness to your shoulders and start to roll your shoulders in one direction. Maybe your hands lift off of the legs at this time. And start to roll the shoulders in the opposite direction. Now roll your shoulders forward, up by your ears, all the way back, and shoulder blades release down the back. Take your attention up to your head and your neck. Gently bring your chin down toward your chest. And very lightly start to roll your right ear over toward your right shoulder and pause. And then chin down toward your chest and over toward the left shoulder and pause. A couple more times on each side, gently moving, maybe slowing your movement down to a pace that is a little bit slower than the automatic that we go into. Let this be gentle. Let yourself pay attention to the physical and always doing what feels best for you. Bring your chin back down toward your chest. Pause for a moment, but keep the spine nice and straight. Lift your head up toward the sky. Nose faces the sky if that feels comfortable on your neck. And then bring your head back into neutral. You might stay here with your legs just as they are, but take a moment to pay attention to the Annamaya Kosha, to your physical body. Does this feel comfortable as we set up for pranayama or for our breathing exercise? And if you're like, whoa, too much cross legs, I need to move, then go ahead and move your body. So we always want to do what feels best for us. Even if the teacher is not suggesting that we move yet, we're allowed to do so. We're going to practice alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. So these different channels in the body and opening up, we're going to practice it in a little bit of a different way today. So keeping ourselves very, very present. So even if you practice this all the time, see if you can listen to me. Let's take the first two fingers of our dominant hand and gently place them in between the eyebrows. We will use our thumb and our ring finger to seal one nostril at a time as we breathe. If your nose is stuffed or you have a deviated septum, just use your imagination to direct your breath instead of the hand, and it will have a very similar effect on the brain and the body. Let's take a deep breath in through both nostrils, and an exhale out both nostrils. Now cover the right nostril, slowly inhale through the left. Listen carefully. Exhale back out the left nostril. Again, listening carefully. One more time. Inhale through the left. Now cover the left nostril, open the right, and slowly exhale out the right nostril. Inhale again through the right nostril. Stay here. Exhale out the right nostril again. Inhale back through the right nostril. And then cover the right and exhale out the left. So we're taking an extra breath on each nostril. You can go at your own pace or with me. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale out the right. Inhale right. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. One more full round. Inhale left. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Stay present. Inhale right. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Now inhale through your left nostril. And then gently release your hand down. Exhale out both nostrils. And just notice your natural breath pace and notice your energy, this layer of the pranamaya kosha, the energetic body, a little subtler than the annamaya kosha, but still in the physical. As we continue to pay attention to our energy and our breathing, I invite you to bring your hands together in front of your heart space into Anjali Mudra. Gently bow your head and set an intention for your practice today. Tapping into what the heart desires, what it is that you'd like to invite into the time on your mat and the space of your day. Something for your mind to play with, to bring it into presence more often. Awareness on the mano-maya kosha, this layer of the mind and heart body. And anytime you notice that your mind starts to wander, if you notice that you start to go into the past or into the future, see if you can come back into the present moment, noticing your body, your breathing, and bring your intention back in. Take a deep breath all the way in. Sigh your breath out. And start to cultivate Ujjayi breath if that feels good for you. In and out through the nose, listening for the ocean wave-like sound of your breathing in the back of your throat. Let's make our way into tabletop pose. Come to all fours, shoulders over your wrists, hips above your knees with your knees hip-width apart. And let's start to move with our breath, with our energy, with our prana, with cat-cow. Inhale, belly scoops down, tailbone to the sky, lift the head. Exhale, round through the back, chin to your chest, tail tucks under. 2 more. Inhale, gently lift. Exhale, round and release with intention. 1 more time. Gentle back bend to the degree that feels good for your body. And a gentle rounding forward where it feels good for you. Let's come back into a neutral tabletop. Lift your left leg up behind you with your toes pointing down to the ground. Flex through the ankle. Reach your right arm out in front of you for sunbird. Pull your navel into your spine. Reach to the crown of your head. Reach through your fingertips and your toes. Take 1 more inhale into this length. Exhale, bring the right hand back down. Set your left toes down to the earth and swivel your left heel down to the ground. We'll come into an alternate side angle pose or side plank. Lift the left arm up to the sky. And you can kickstand your right foot behind you or keep the toes pointed toward the left foot. Take your top arm, reach it out in front of you, and finding a little balance, maybe you lift your left leg up. Point your toes towards your face. So not only an alternative to a side plank, and a little bit of balance here, but also an alternative to half moon. You can bring the arm back up if you'd like to feel that posture in your body. Take 1 more inhale. Try not to hold the breath when we're holding the physical body. And as you exhale, foot comes back down, arm to the sky, bring it down to the earth, and come back into tabletop pose. Give yourself a little bit of organic movement. Gentle moving from side to side. What does your body need? Always making sure that we're not just finding sthira, which is strength, but also sukha, which is ease and comfort in all of our postures. Come back into your neutral tabletop. Let's lift our right leg up behind us. Toes point straight down. Pull your navel into your spine. Turn on your core from the bottoms of the feet through the inner aspect of the leg, through the pelvic floor, and like the core of an apple through the crown of your head. Lift your left arm out in front of you into sunbird pose. See if you can still find that space of your core, not just the belly, but everywhere in the body. Squeeze into the core. Take another deep breath all the way in and exhale. Left hand comes down. Right toes come down to the ground. Spin the heel down. Right arm to the sky. Coming into an alternate side plank pose. And then we might take that top arm and reach it out in front of us. Maybe you start to lift the right leg up. Point the toes towards your face. Breathe deeply. Maybe a little smile on the face too. How does that affect all of the layers of your being when you give yourself a little bit of lightness? Take another inhale here. Exhale, lower the foot back down, bring the arm to the sky, inhale. Exhale, hand, knee, and foot come back down, back to your tabletop pose. Give yourself a little bit of release and letting go. And then let's tuck our toes, lift yourself up and back into your first downward facing dog, and take your dog for a little stroll if that feels good for you, or come straight into stillness. What feels best? Come back to your breathing. Notice the body. Start to relax into stillness of your down dog. Press down through your hands evenly. Press down through the thumb and the first finger, creating a seal with the hand. Hasta mudra. Hasta bandha, keeping the hand locked. Take an inhale, glide forward to plank pose. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. The knees can always lower. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice where you feel this. One more time, come forward to plank. And as you exhale, shift forward, lower all the way down to your belly, elbows graze the ribs on the way down. Untuck your toes, fingertips line up with the center of your chest. Inhale to a low cobra pose, gently lift. Exhale, release back down, tuck your toes, strengthen your legs, either back to the knees or plank. Downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back to the sky. Press evenly through your hands, look forward, rise up onto your tiptoes, take an inhale. And with your exhale, step or hop in between your hands, find forward fold at the front of the mat. Hands to your shins, lift halfway up. Inhale, gently lean forward, turn on your whole core. Exhale, release all the way back down. On your inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, pull your hands to heart center. Maybe you close your eyes and pause for a moment as you feel into your physical body, the feet rooted into the earth, the crown of the head lifting to the sky. Feel into your breathing and your energy. Keep your intention with you. And moving beyond just the space of the body, the breath, the mind and heart, we will invite ourselves to tap into a subtler layer of our being called the Vijnanamaya Kosha. The Vijnanamaya Kosha is our wisdom layer. It's the space of intuition. So as we flow through our sun salutations and beyond, can you be your best teacher? I am here as your guide, but your body, your breath, your mind and heart, and your wisdom are going to tell you what is right for you, and maybe where you need to take a break, where you need to go further. But see if you can allow your wisdom to speak up rather than your ego's desires. With your hands at heart center, stand up nice and tall. You can blink the eyes open if you'd like. On your inhale, bring your arms to your sides, puff up your chest, open up your heart. Exhale, round forward like you're diving into a pool. Reach the arms forward, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold, release all the way to the earth. Hands to your shins, lift halfway up, take an inhale. Exhale, hands come down, step back to plank, same exhale, lower slowly. Cobra or upward facing dog, whatever your body needs today. Make your way back into a downward facing dog, up and back. On your next inhale, lift the right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, step your right foot in between your hands, top of the mat, feet hip-width apart. Let's rise all the way up, crescent pose. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Give yourself a nice little wiggle. Body, breath, mind, heart, and intuition, wisdom are all present. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, back heel spins flat, open to warrior two. Right foot comes to the left a little bit more, narrowing the stance. Let's flip our front palm up to the sky. Listen carefully. As we start to reverse our warrior, straighten the front leg for reverse triangle. Take a couple of breaths here. Opening up through the side body. It's said that side bends help to tap into the Vijnanamaya Kosha, this layer of wisdom, these threads that are woven within us of our intuition. So this gentle side bend, take one more inhale. Exhale, rebend the front knee, warrior two. And we'll cartwheel our hands down to frame the front foot. Pop up onto your back toes, take the right foot back to the right. Right hand stays down to the ground or on a block. Left hand stays down to the ground or on a block. Right arm reaches up to the sky for a twist. Take a full deep breath into your twist. Exhale, your hand comes back down to the earth. Pull your navel into your spine, press into your hands. Three-legged down dog, right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, foot comes down, glide forward to plank, chaturanga. Cobra up dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg rises, take a deep breath in. Exhale, step the left foot forward, feet in between your hands. Feet hip width apart. Let's rise up. Find your crescent pose and find stability in your crescent pose. Relax the shoulders, finding the balance between strength and ease. Sthira and Sukha. Reach through your fingertips a little bit more. Take another inhale. With your exhale, back heel spins flat. Left foot over to the right a bit more and open to your warrior two. Make sure the left knee doesn't fall into the right. It's opening to the left, keeping your knees safe. Relax the shoulders, reach through the fingertips. Flip your left palm up to the sky. Let's come into reverse warrior, but straighten the front leg. Reverse triangle, take a couple of breaths. And what does your wisdom say? Maybe you need to ease out a little bit. Maybe you're just reaching toward the sky. So this isn't a back bend. This isn't the deepest pose we've ever been in. Listen to the pranamaya kosha, and if it's hard to take a deep breath in, you're too deep into the annamaya kosha, the physical body and the posture. They're all working together. Take one more inhale. Exhale, move back through warrior two, and then cartwheel your hands down to the earth, pop onto the back toes, take your left foot to the left. Right hand on the floor or a block, left arm to the sky for a gentle twist. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, hand comes down to the earth. Set the hands down. Start to find a lot of strength. Inhale, left leg lifts up and back, three-legged down dog. Exhale, foot comes down, glide forward to plank and chaturanga, same exhale. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, sigh the breath out. We'll do 2 more rounds of the sun salutation in a flow. Rise up onto your tiptoes, look forward, take an inhale. Exhale, step or hop in between your hands, forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale, shift forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky with a smile. Exhale, pull it all into your heart space, into your intention. Inhale, arms out wide, puff up the chest and heart. Exhale, round forward, reach forward, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, step back, lower slowly with your breath, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Exhale, release, and make your way back into a downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Rise up, crescent pose in our flow. Exhale, warrior two, open up. Inhale, reverse and straighten the front leg, reverse triangle. Exhale, move through warrior two, back to a low lunge, pop up onto the back toes. Left hand low, right arm up, inhale, twist. Exhale, hand comes down to the earth. Without swishing the foot on the mat, if possible, inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale, foot comes down, plank chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. If you take cobra, make sure you release before pressing your way back up to plank and down dog. Other side, left leg rises, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Crescent pose, let's rise together, inhale. Warrior two with your exhale, every layer of your being. Inhale, reverse and straighten the front leg. Exhale, low runner's lunge, pivot the feet so you're back down into comfort. Left arm lifts up into a twist, inhale. Exhale, hand comes down to the ground. Three-legged down dog, inhale, left leg rises. Exhale to plank chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale, take a couple of breaths. And notice anything that has changed in the layers of your being. Especially in the physical. Especially in the energy, in the breath. Or maybe even in the mind. Pay attention to what's here and what is you. Rise up onto the toes again. Inhale. Bend your knees. Step or hop in between your hands. Exhale. Halfway up. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. One more round like this. Inhale. Arms lift up to the sky. Hands to heart center. Exhale. Flow with your breath. Arms wide. Chest lifts up. Inhale. Offer your heart. Exhale, round forward, slight bend in the knees, protect the back. Inhale, arms lift up to the sky, straight spine, straight legs. Exhale, forward fold, release. Lift halfway up, take an in-breath. Exhale to your vinyasa, maybe it's skipping it and coming straight to downward facing dog. Move with your breathing. From downward facing dog, right leg lifts up as you inhale. Step your right foot forward with your exhale. Let's rise up, crescent pose. Inhale, feel the warmth. Exhale, open up, feel the breath. Inhale, straighten the front leg as we reverse, notice the mind. Exhale, low runner's lunge. What does the heart feel like? Inhale, right arm lifts up to a twist. Where's your intuition? Exhale, hand lowers down to the ground. Inhale, carry all these layers through three-legged down dog. Exhale through plank, chaturanga, gentle back bend, downward facing dog. Last time with our sun salutations, one breath per movement. Left leg rises, inhale. Step your foot forward, exhale. Rise up, crescent pose, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse with a straight leg, reverse triangle, inhale. Through warrior two, back down to a low runner's lunge. Take your time with the feet. Left arm lifts up, deep breath in, flow. Exhale, hand comes down. With strength, three-legged down dog, inhale. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Cobra up dog. Downward facing dog. That just naturally happened for me. Maybe you'd like to do that too. Take a sigh if that feels good for you. Deep breath in. Sigh the breath out. Clearing anything we don't need in the layers of our being and inviting in what we do. Let's take our feet out as wide as our mat. Maybe you crawl your feet a little closer to your face. The heels might come down to the ground. This might be enough. You might stay here. Maybe you take your right arm over to your left ankle, or it could be high up on the thigh. Wherever it feels good for you, look underneath the left arm. Finding some balance, finding some flexibility. Take another inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand back down. Let's go to the other side. Left hand to the right ankle, or it could be high up on the thigh. Your knees can be bent. There's always options for the physical body, for the Annamaya Kosha. Pay attention to what your physical body feels like today and what it needs. Look underneath the right arm if you can. Take another inhale. Exhale, set the left hand down. Bring your feet. Kick the heels in just a little bit in the feet. Turn the toes out and crawl your hands back. Let's find Malasana at the back of our mat. I like to sit on a block. So if you'd like to grab your block or your stack of books and sit down on a prop, you can do that as well. Toes turn in the same direction as the knees, so keeping the knees safe. Elbows are on the inside of the legs and the knees are squeezing into the elbows, hands at heart center. Lift up through the crown of the head just a little bit more. Straight spine. Notice what's here. Notice what part of the self is at the forefront right now. And rather than choosing, well, I don't really want to pay attention to my heart, I'd rather pay attention to my body, just be with the thing that steps forward. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Continue to be with that layer. Hips to the sky. Heel toe your feet in, about hip width apart at the back of your mat. Hands to your shins. Lift halfway up. Inhale. Exhale, fold down with your feet either hip width apart or big toes touching. Sink the hips down and back. Reach the arms to the sky. Let's find chair at the back of the mat. And notice where in your physical body you feel this. Notice what happens to the mind when we're here. And then can you keep the bend in the knees and take your right knee to your chest and the foot is lifted off the ground. Whew. A bit of balance, but listen to what you need. Never pushing yourself beyond your limits. Take an inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms to your sides. Let's bring the right leg behind us. Come into a warrior 3. If you've got your block or stack of books, you can bring it underneath your hands. Take a couple of breaths. Hips are square. Right toes down toward the mat. Take another inhale. As you exhale, very slowly start to re-bend your knees back to chair pose. Catch your breath if you're holding it. Take another deep breath in. Sigh the breath out and sink a little bit lower into chair. It's called Utkatasana for a reason. Ut means intense. Take another deep breath in. Lean into the right foot as you exhale, left knee into your chest. Keep the right knee bent. Make sure the right knee doesn't pass the right toe, so you're sinking down and back into the glutes. Another inhale. Arms sweep down along your sides. Slowly shift back into warrior 3, Virabhadrasana for 3. Lift the heart. Breathe deeply. What layer of the self comes up right now? Wisdom, body, heart, energy, mind. Take another inhale. As you exhale, slowly bend the knees back into your chair pose, arms lift to the sky. Deep breath in here, my friends. Exhale, forward fold. Good job. Release. Halfway up as you inhale. Fold back down, bend your knees, crawl forward into a downward facing dog. From your down dog, bring your feet out a little bit wider than hip width apart. Start to glide forward to plank. Spin both of your heels down to the right, so your left foot is in front of the right, and bring your left arm to the sky. So this is a variation of side plank. Maybe you take the left foot and stack it on top of the right foot. Maybe you lower the right knee down for the alternative. What feels best for you? Lift up a little bit higher. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, slowly back to plank. Deep breath in as you shift forward. Find your vinyasa. Cobra up dog. Come into down dog for just a moment, and then glide forward to plank again. Nice and strong, dome through the upper back, feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Start to bring your heels to the left, press into the left hand under the left shoulder, right arm to the sky. Come into your variation of Vashisthasana, side plank, whatever feels best for you. Whatever feels best in every layer, so don't ignore one of the layers. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, very slowly and mindfully transition to plank. Shift forward as you inhale. Vinyasa, exhale. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Sigh your breath out. Again, deep breath in through the nose. This time, stick out the tongue, lion's breath. And if it feels silly, tap into the layer of silliness. Take another deep breath in. This time, flutter the lips. Horse lips. Come back into your Ujjayi breathing. And we'll finish up with our standing postures. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over your wrist, dome through the upper back, and keep breathing. Bring the knee into the chest a little bit more. Take another inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Spin your back foot flat, line up the front heel with the back arch, and let's windmill open to warrior two. Knees on top of the ankle, back toes pointed toward the side of the mat or forward. Gaze is forward. Mind is steady. Breath is present. Body feels good, right? Let's start to straighten our front leg. You might take your back foot and step it a little bit closer to the front foot. Now reach forward, kick the left hip back, take an inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Listen to your wisdom. Yes, can I bring my hand down to the ground? Sure, I can do this. What feels best in my body is to find more length in my spine. The central channel, the Sushumna Nadi, is much more important than looking pretty in a photo. So pay attention to how the energy can flow in the body more freely. And if you can bring your hand all the way down and you feel free energy flowing, that's fantastic too. It's all personal. It's all for you. Take another inhale. Exhale, slowly come back up. Let's start to bend through the front knee. Reach forward, grab your block, and take your right hand all the way down and lift. Let's see if I can find my balance today. Down to the block and lift the left leg up. And your block is a little bit over to the right of the right foot. So it's out in front and over to the right, so it's not lining up with the foot. That helps with balance. Half moon. Lift up a little bit higher. Take another deep breath in, all of your energy flowing throughout the entire being. As you exhale, rebend the front knee, step back, straighten the front leg, pivot the toes to the side of the mat. Inhale, arms lift. Wide-legged forward fold, release all the way down. Toes point forward or ever so slightly toward each other. Gently release. Rise up onto your fingertips, inhale. Exhale, fold a little deeper if that feels good for you. And then let's crawl our way forward to the right foot. Turn your right toes forward. Come into your low runner's lunge. Step back into plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Release. Untuck your toes. Reach your toes straight back and your arms down along your sides with your palms either facing the ground or your body. We'll come into a locust pose. Roll the shoulders down and back. Gently lift the chest. Maybe the legs lift as well. Point the toes to the back of the mat and not out to the sides of the room. Pull your navel into your spine. Gentle tuck of the chin. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lower yourself back down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Let's make our way into a downward facing dog. Deep breath all the way in. Exhale all the way out. Left leg rises as we finish up here. Inhale. Knee to chest as you exhale and pause. Dome a little bit more through the upper back. Maybe rise up onto the right toes a little bit more. Take another inhale. Exhale, step the left foot in between your hands. Back heel spins flat. And let's windmill open to warrior two. Relax into your warrior two. Sometimes my back hand kind of starts to creep down a little bit, so I've got to say, oh yeah, maybe I'd like to bring it up toward my shoulder. Maybe my shoulders are tired today and my hands are at my heart. What feels best in all layers of your being? Start to straighten your front leg. Take your back foot. Let's instep it a little bit closer to the front foot. Reach through the right or the left fingertips. Kick the right hip back. Inhale. Exhale to triangle pose. You can use a block too. Where can you find more openness in all of the layers of your being? Where can you start to even find a little bit of contentment, a little bit of ease, a little bit of sukha and peace, even within a strengthening posture? Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly make your way back up. Start to put a bend in your left knee, grab your block along the way. Let's find our half moon pose. Lifting the right leg up, right toes point towards your face, fingertips to the sky. Your block is about a foot out in front of, I'm sorry, I'm not good with centimeters, but about a foot in front of the left foot and over to the left so you have more balance rather than being on a tightrope with your block and your bottom foot. Open up through the heart a little bit more. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, bend the left knee. Step all the way back, find warrior two. Straighten your front leg and pivot your left toes to the side of the mat. Arms lift up, inhale. Wide-legged forward fold, exhale, release. See if you can find a few moments of stillness, a few moments of ease. Rise up onto your fingertips, flatten the back, take an inhale. Exhale, fold back down, crawl to your left foot, spin your left toes forward, come into a low runner's lunge at the front of your mat. Step your left foot back into a plank pose, take an inhale. Exhale, shift forward, lower as slow as you can, all the way down to your belly. Take your time. All the way down. Release. Let's crawl our hands forward, our forearms down on the mat, shoulders on the elbows, over the elbows, Sphinx pose. Pull your navel in. Close your eyes. If this is too much, you can bring your head down to your hands and find a back bend just by laying on the belly. And in this moment of stillness, this moment of slowing down, this moment after all of the movement, can we tap into what's called Anandamaya Kosha, even just for a split second? That layer of our joy and contentment, that layer of our bliss. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower back down to your belly. Pause for a moment. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and gently press back into a child's pose. A nice release. Continuing to invite yourself into a space of the subtlest layer. Even just a moment of awe, a moment of joy, a split second of that bliss. That full presence helps us to tap in to that layer of our being that is the portal to our soul. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Come up into a tabletop pose. Crawl your knees forward. And let's make our way all the way onto our back. Once you arrive on your back, bring your arms down along your sides. Feet are on the floor, knees are bent. And we have two options here today. You can either keep the arms down along your sides, bring your legs to the sky, and bring the legs up and overhead for plow. And you can make your way to shoulder stand when it feels good for you. That does not feel great on my body and my neck, so I'm going to listen to my Annamaya Kosha. I'm going to press into my feet and come up to a bridge. Support myself with a block underneath the sacrum, the triangle-shaped bone at the base of the spine. And then as it feels ready, My knees will come into my chest and feet to the sky for waterfall. So an alternative to plow and shoulder stand. If you're taking plow and shoulder stand, always keep your gaze up to the sky. Never move the head from side to side. We'll take a couple more moments here. Inviting all of the energy that we cultivated and circulated and created to come back into the space of the heart. If you are in shoulder stand, gently make your way back into plow. If you are in waterfall with your feet to the sky, bend your knees and place your feet on the ground. My friends in plow, very gently, one vertebra at a time, slowly start to roll out. My friends in bridge, lift your hips up off of your block, and we'll all roll one vertebra at a time, the hips back down to the earth. Hug your knees into your chest with your hands on your knees. And an alternative to fish pose, hold on to the knees. Start to bring the toes down to the mat. Let it pull your arms and lift your chin up toward the sky. A little bit of release for the neck from plow and shoulder stand. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the head back into neutral, knees to your chest. Take your feet, let's bring them out as wide as the mat, and gently rock the knees from side to side. A nice little gentle twist in the hips and the spine. Hug your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And thank all of the layers of your being for showing up today, no matter how fleeting or how subtle. Thank your body. Thank your breath and energy. Thank your mind and heart. Thank your intuition and your bliss. Curl yourself up into a little ball. Take a full inhale and exhale to Shavasana. Gently release for a minute of silence. Check in with your whole self. Notice how you're feeling right now. And if what's calling to you is to remain in stillness and Shavasana for longer, please honor that. There is a reason that these layers speak to us and communicate with us. But we have to give ourselves the space and the willingness to listen to some of the subtler layers below the obvious for what it is that we truly need, what it is our soul is asking for. So either stay in stillness for as long as you need, or take your time to stretch out and gently make your way back to a seat in your own time. There's no rush. If you do decide to come back to a seat, I invite you to either place your hands on your body or bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra and offer yourself this practice of wholeness. This practice of going beyond the layers that we may pay attention to day in and day out, and start to pay attention to the whole, weaving together all of the layers of our being as one. I want to thank you so very much for carving out this time to practice with me today. With reverence and humility, the goodness and light that's within me honors the goodness and light within you. Thank you so much for your presence, everybody.